Hello, students. Welcome to the science class. Now, yesterday also we had started with the discussion of the NCRT questions, amongst which first three question already we had discussed. Today we'll discuss about the question 4, 5, and 6. So, first question: collect piece of different kinds of paper. Find out which one of these can be recycled. Suppose you have been given different kind of papers. You need to find out which paper goes for recycling. So definitely the pieces of the paper obtained which are obtaining from the newspaper or the notebook or the magazine, etc., they can be recycled. Then which paper should not be, could not be recycled? That is the plastic coated or the shiny paper, especially the papers you had used for covering your books and copies, and also maybe the plastic coated paper which is generally used for covering of any books, or maybe the shiny paper which can be used for other purposes other than writing. These papers are not being recycled easily. So, next question: with the help of the lens, look at the pieces of paper you collected for the above question. Now, do you see any difference? To be very precise, do you find any differences between the recycled paper and the new sheet of paper? Now, if you see it by yourself, you will be able to understand. That is, the recycled paper or the surface of the recycled paper is very rough, corrugated rough paper, whereas the surface of the new sheet of the paper is comparatively smooth. That means the new sheet of paper what we use, that can be any paper, like you can understand by seeing that paper at a glance that they are comparatively smoother. Okay, I hope you people are clear with this explanation. Next, we are moving on to the next question. Collect different kinds of packaging material. What was the purpose for which each one was used? Packaging materials. Now, what are the packaging materials? Like the thermocol, foam sheets, paper cuttings, cardboard, etc. Now, packaging material means those who are used for packaging. Now, here comes the question: why the papers are used for packaging? The papers are used for packaging to protect the articles which are being transported, or which are being even you can from the shop also you can bring this into the home, but basic intention is to protect the article. So the card boxes, plastic container, tin container also, they are help to transportation of the packed material. Okay, so they are help in transportation of the packed material. Give an example in which the packaging could have been reduced. Packaging could have been reduced means, say, packaging of the toy, clothes, shoes, chocolates, this can be reduced because they are accepting toys. If you keep the toys in a proper way, clothes, shoes, chocolates, they generally don't break. Or by reusing the packaging material, like one material is being used for transportation or for packaging of one material, when that material is reached again, those packaging material could be reused for transporting or packaging other material. So by this only, by constantly reusing, we are reducing the accumulation of the garbage. So this is a way by which we can reduce the accumulation of the garbage. Now, here is a very interesting question, like write a story on how packaging increases the amount of garbage. By yourself, like your idea, you can tell how the packaging could be increase, they are increasing the amount of garbage. Now, why first we have to know why the packaging material is needed. The packaging materials are needed to protect the articles. First one, and also the packaging is needed for its show. Suppose, for example, if I give you a pen set, one is just a pen set which have been bought from the shop and have been given to you, and another pen set which have been bought from the shop, and then we have covered it, packaged it very nicely with a wrapping paper, with a bow, and then had given to you. Which one would you prefer to take? Obviously the second one. Although the same material has been given to you, but it depends on how you give, depends on how you package, how you say, how you present the item in front of people. Okay, so even for the same reason, a gift which is given in the birthday are packed and wrapped in a shiny or a plastic coated paper, because ultimately the gift is the same. If I want to give you a book in your birthday, the book will be same whether I pack it or unpack it, I mean not pack it. But definitely the book with the proper packaging, with a beautiful wrapping paper, with a beautiful presentation, definitely will attract our eyes, will we will love to take that gift. Okay, so after the use of the packing material, I mean, after the use of the gift, suppose you are giving a gift, then the gift is opened, the everybody has seen the gift. Now, what about the packing material? It is thrown in the dustbin. So this fate is being seen for plastic bag, for cans, for aluminium foil, plastic, aluminium can, and other packaging material. Everything like packaging material is to say for safety and for beautification. So if both the purpose is served, then no point of keeping those packaging material. And in early question discussion I had already told that those substances or the paper which are shiny coated or plastic coated cannot be sent for recycling very easily. So ultimately what happens, that is all the say all the papers are thrown into the dustbins. So many things such as the ghee, the refined oil, the soap, uh, the detergent, and most of the eatable items are also sold in the small packets. So ultimately, uh, these packaging material, these substances which are used for packaging, these are increasing the amount of the waste or the garbage. So if we reduce the packaging, like if we reduce the packaging of a thing, packing of a thing, then obviously we can reduce the amount of garbage which is generated due to packing. Okay, I hope all of you have understood. Let's proceed to the next section, that is the next question. I'm sorry. Um, this one. Do you think it is better to use compost instead of chemical fertilizer? If yes, why? Obviously, it is yes. Why? You tell me the answer. Number one, compost is eco friendly. And obviously, eco friendly means harmless. It maintains the texture and the fertility of the soil, because soil is no way hampered, so it is keeping the texture and the fertility of the soil. On the other hand, chemical fertilizers destroy the natural composition of the soil and have adverse effect on human health. How? Because constantly you are adding the chemical fertilizer on the crop, and we are consuming that crop, so automatically we are consuming the chemical thing which is being given to the crop. So ultimately these substances are hampering our health constantly. Okay, next is composting helps in recycling of the matter and also disposal of the garbage. Leaching of the chemical fertilizers cause water pollution and death of aquatic organisms. So composting help in recycling of the material and also disposal of garbage, because composting is harmless. All the kitchen waste or animal waste or plant waste are directly transferred into the compost. They are used as a good manure. So that's okay. I mean, there's no problem. But if you add chemical fertilizers, ultimately from the crop soil or from the crops, I mean, it generally blows into the nearby water bodies. A very good example, although it's a milestone example of environmental water pollution, is about a disease which is called Minamata disease. It has happened in the Minamata Bay, which was in the Japan, actually due to the overuse of chemical fertilizers, chemical things in the crop field. The detail of you will know when you will go to higher classes, but just keep it in mind that whenever you are spraying the chemical fertilizer in the crop, they are remaining on the crop, and majority of that spray are falling onto the ground. So, along with the rainwater, they are all flown to the nearby water bodies. So, as they are flown to the nearby water bodies, these water also become infected or filled up with the chemicals. And when any aquatic organism, say fish, say phytoplankton, say zooplankton, all and any other aquatic organisms, when are taking the water, they are equally infected. And in it has been seen that many of the cases, it has been observed, many fishes are dying, many aquatic organisms are dying due to overconsumption of these chemicals. Okay, so it is always advisable to use the compost. The production of compost is easy. Just you had seen, it's a homely procedure. Just you make a compost pit, you put in the garbages and the compost and the kitchen waste, the vegetable peels, everything inside the pits, and then you keep it undisturbed for 3 months. If you want, you can add red worms, which becomes vermicomposting. But ultimately, the manure what we obtain, that is purely natural and that has got no side effect. So the production of the compost or the vermicompost is also very easy in comparison to the chemical fertilizer, which is only being prepared in the factory. And the most importantly, compost is biodegradable. That means naturally it can be degraded. So naturally it can be made simplified. Okay, so for these reason, the um, compost is highly advisable to take over chemical fertilizer. So here is the rest three questions of NCRT. Hope you had understood it clearly. Next class will proceed with the next question answers. Till then, stay safe and thank you.